Hi there, it's me, Gamer Tart here. I'm recapping Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, Season 1, Episode 34. Are you kidding me? At a frozen planet, thousands of cat people are frozen. Mealister's mother tells her young daughter that this is the end for her and forces her to live, even if she's alone right before turning into ice, prompting Mealister to let out a stream of despair. At UTS main office, UDS is in tears as he examines Joy, joy, boya, boya, boya. Remarking how amazing Mr. Space is. Something Yuhi begs him to read the next manga. And Mimi is thinking about the who wrote his manga while she and Yumu observe it. After remembering that the Wug is an author, the idiot boasts how wonderful a mangaka he is, but he doesn't quite think he is such a bad person. Yumu adds that it didn't seem like the Wug meant any harm with the Rush dual tournament of friendship either. The Wug is more troublesome if he doesn't have any bad intentions in the way. He just tells him that there's other means to friendship besides doing, and wonders if they can speak to the Wug until Yuna chimes in and angrily calls it the stupidest thing Udius ever said after what the Luke did to Rovian. Graves worries that the very universe will be frozen before long if they let the Luke do what he wants. Yuna claims that there is no other choice. They must rush duel the Luke while Udius continues staring at the manga he read. Yuhi wonders when the new cards that Meostar went to get will arrive, prompting Maddox to inform him that the secrecy haven't received any contact from Meostar while holding up her pager, which is silent too. Yuna worries about the Meostar doing, and Emmy replies that the card isn't ready yet, so she calls someone in the phone who reveals that he gave the data to Mushima Heavy Machinery while the completed card was already given to Muastar. At Mushima Heavy Machinery, Kiwi notes that the negative energy being measured coming from the Luke's bishop exceeding the limit of measurement. Osaka thinks he means that it was a wave of negative energy that turned Roby into ice, rather than being frozen. Kiwi replies that that's why no matter how much heat Asaka can apply to the ice, it won't thaw. Whenever they're thirsty, you drink water. Negative energy is the thirst. Asaka means that they need to offset the ice with moisturizing energy. Then give a second until she realizes the Earth Dhamma. Kawaii comments it's just a theory. So as he is about to drink his water bottle that is arrived through, though Yuna has overheard the Earth Drama can return Robian to normal. She demands to know where it is as she practically looks around on Yuhi, who cries, "That's a good idea." Who cries, "That's a good idea." Not to Kawaii tells everyone it's just a theory, since their Dhamma energy is immeasurable, and it would be nice if it's just cancel out the negative energy, but if particles annihilation happens, then the whole universe could be wiped out, which makes Yuhi frown. Saka asks the others why they're here. Yumu tells her that they come looking for the newly made card, and Emi adds they are looking for a Muastar as well before Isaka reveals that they gave the card to Muastar already, causing a Uni to gasp in shock. Outside London tells Muastar it's not too late to stop now. Though Muastar assures him it's fine and orders him to get the spaceship running before he promises he'd help her in order to unfreeze Tab and one of the skyfish elsewhere. Yuhi tells Yasaka that she will go look for Muastar, and Yasaka volunteers to go with her as Yuhi tells the girls to hurry or else the Luke will The staircase tube from the Woog's ship arrives suddenly, and the Curiosity announces that it's time to deepen their friendship again. In His Majesty, the Woog waits them to as everyone watches as the Woog ship. At the Woog ship, the Woog is seen eating some strawberry flavored shaved ice, claiming that it's cold and admitting the shaved ice is really good. The Curiosity informs the Friendship Rush Duel tournament will begin its third match. Yuhi is worried that they'll still have the new card, though Yumu adds that they didn't have time to think about how to face the Woog, and Udius is determined they must win. The Curiosity picks a card as he announces the Musaba Town team. He calls Maddox Shogotsu Nagas as he hears his name being called and steps forward. Curiosity picks another card, announcing from the Great King of Terror's team comes the Mew Star. Shocking everyone, Mew Star appears out of nowhere, calling it an ironic and of all people she would duel against, it's her partner. Maddox gasps Mew Star's name is in surprise as his partner leaps in the air, calling Cat off, causing a green light to flash on her before landing on her feet, revealing that she is in her true form, a humanoid cat, forcing Maddox to gasp, preposterous. And even Graves and Emily are implied that Mr. stood up. Mr. reveals that to Maddox that this is the real her, and he knows nothing about her as London Peters behind an icicle. This word to Mr. that he told her not to do it. Emmy and Graves quickly spot him as Emmy calling his name, and Graves grabs him in the arms, suspecting what is happening, forcing him to admit that Mr. became one of the Woog's henchmen. He asks Minister if she betrayed them, and Elias demands that this rush duel shall be suspended. But the Curiosity warns the gang that duelists who abandon their game after a match has been decided are considered forfeit. That is Providence Maddox straps on his dual disc, and Ondu twins call his name in confusion. He declares that they shall protect the Earth from the cosmic threats, no matter what challenge stands in their way. That is the motto of the secrecy. Even if the person they must turn their blade against is their beloved partner. Hearing this, Minister traps on her dual disc as well, calling Maddox a perfect century member. Amy Graves, London, and Udius grasp before Mustar and Maddox declares their names and call Go Rush as they insert their decks into their dual discs to deploy the blades, and a holographic dome materializes around them. Mustar takes the first turn, and Mustar draws her hand containing Golden Eye Star Cat, Forever Freeze, Starchy Force, Red Eyes Black Cat, and Blue Eyes White Cat. She summons Red Eyes Black Cat, Blue Eyes White Cat, and Golden Eyes Cat Star Cat. Yumi notes that Mustar uses a cat deck. Yumi observes that it's a monster with the same stars as Moonstars, and she is serious. Moonstar sets 2 cards in her turn. She admits Maddox that she always wanted to meet the Great King, as her heart was bursting with warm thoughts of His Majesty. The Luke thought she begs Maddox not to go, not to get angry. She tells him that it's his own fault. He got tricked. Maddox begins memes, taking the next turn, and chemistry draws. Yuhi cheers on Maddox while stating that Mewster is not their friend anymore, even though Yumi worried about them to fight. While Maddox stares at his cards, thinking that he doesn't want to do this, and it'll be easier for him to lose than to bury Mewster with his own hands, and he looked at his hand, saying Nitro, Hound, Dynamite, Level Force, Commissioner Red, Finstalizer, Phoenix. According to his analysis is complete. He as the hesitation is mew mew meow 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 star confusing Emmy, who swaps whose sweat drops. One of the graves Maddox summons creation dog and dynamite cremation dog, inflicting Neostar 400 damage, while Dynamite inflicts 300, her 300, as a total of 700 damage, inflicting the explosion occur, reducing Minister to 3,600 life points. Then at 3,300, Maddox doesn't want his partner to get frozen either, but if she's bringing harm to humanity because of the Luke, it would be more painful. So he attributes cremation dog and dynamite to tribute summon chanting, record it all within the immortal flames, victories that can't be overwritten. Spread your wings and blaze forth. Finalized Phoenix. Finalized Phoenix emerges with 2,400 attack as he spreads his wings. You gasp in amazement as Yugioh realizes it's Maddox's new ace monster. Star is glad that it's an honor to have finalized Phoenix for her and Maddox's first duel together. You're surprised that Star knows Maddox's ice monster. Yumu knows Star knows everything about how Maddox duels. Maddox is at a huge disadvantage. Maddox explains that if he and Muser both have monsters of their field whose total levels are 4 or higher, he can send the top of the 4 cards of his deck to the graveyard and to activate the spell card level force. Choosing up to 2 monsters on either both of the fields, increase their levels by 4. He chooses Red Eyes Black Cat and Blue Eyes White Cat, increasing their levels to 5. And Yuhi is shocked that Maddox gave levels to his opponent. Maddox explains that that if she has 2 or more monsters on the field, he shuffles 4 cards from his graveyard to the deck to activate the level doubling fire, effective Frizoing Phoenix. He can choose 2 pyro-type monsters in the graveyard, in his graveyard, whose levels equal that of the total levels of all monsters in Muser's field. Special summons them, receiving his 2 level 7 monsters, Chimazazad Salamander and Anzoe Fiodstun. Graves adds them to up to 14. Add them up to 14, which equals the sum of levels of Red Eyes, Golden Eyes, and Blue Eyes. He just comments that he now Maddox increased the level of monsters so that he can special summon his higher level monsters. Maddox activates his equip spell card, Chimastar Red, and Finalized Phoenix gains, which gives Finalized Phoenix an attack of 300 to 2,700. Maddox thinks Minister wouldn't have left out the low attack monsters for a plan before rewarding the monster to begin equipment as Finalized Phoenix attacking Golden Eyes Starcat, which Minister knew he would attack regardless of if she had a trap card or not. Activates her cut force, and Finalized Phoenix loses 200 attack by 200 to 2,500 for the rest of the turn. Not a frustration, and she explains if she has 3 beast-type monsters with 200 defense on the field, she destroys all monsters on Maddox's field. To use horror, as the beam of Finalized Phoenix blocks the attack of Golden Eyes, worrying Graves and Emmy, but it survives much of the shock of Yugioh. Maddox explains that Finalized Phoenix has another effect. The equipped monster Star finish his sentence that it can't be destroyed by trap card effects. Maddox orders Finalized Phoenix to attack Golden Eyes directly with Experiment Drive Flame Laser, reducing Minister to 2,300 life points. Yuhi is impressed that the Minister even knew about the effects of Shimakao's Red. Emi claims Maddox was saved because the Minister got careless. Attack of Finalized Phoenix returns to normal as Maddox ends his turn. Maddox thinks that Minister knows all thinks that Minister knows all his moves. After all, she always been by his side. Remembering the first time he and Minister met, Maddox introduces himself to Minister and tries to give her a handshake, but realizes the cats don't do handshakes. However, Minister tells him that she is not a cat. She is a cat-shaped alien, not a normal cat. Maddox asks why did she request a transfer from HQ to their Musaba branch. Minister worries if it was wrong. Maddox insists that it's not, but if Minister doesn't mind him asking, he wonders if Minister asks if she can stay. Maddox vows Minister and himself to be buddies from today onwards. Since Minister is not being forced to do something because he just wanted to know a bit about her, he asks if she prefers wet food or dry kibble. Minister admits that her favorite food is banana parfait. Maddox laughs nervously and narrates that his Minister's meeting was not one full of smiles and laughter, but they developed trust and friendship between them as buddies. After that flashback ends, Maddox notes that Minister's eyes, remembering to when he asked her why is she up to there. She muses that his partner's eyes are now the same as back then. It's too similar. Minister declares her turn and Minister draws, tributing red eyes, blue eyes, to tribute someone chanting, "Letting your guard down just 'cause she's cute is a no. Because her smile, she sharpens her claws. Come out. Cat claw girl. The Minister places one card from her hand to the bottom of her deck, uses the effect of Cat Claw Girl. She special summons Golden Eyes from her graveyard and thanks Maddox for this great present, from declaring that Golden Eyes and Cat Claw Girl shall be fused together, forcing everyone to gasp. Fusion? Minister fuses Golden Eyes and Cat Claw Girl by using fusion, chanting, "Look up at the beautiful stars and shed 2 drops of tears. Only then shall your eyes open to the colors of destruction. Come forth, beast warrior type. Starcat destroying and Starcat Destroyer appears with 2,900 attack, and Maddox is taken aback by his partner's fusion monster. Edith is curious about it right before Sokka and Yuna arrive. Yuna explains that this card is what Goha Ventures created in order to fight the Lug. The spell fusion Mule star symbol in her dress starts blinking green, thinking she's almost at her limit, but she returns 2 monsters with 200 defense from her graveyard to the deck to activate the effect of Starcat destroying it. Yeah. As her summons red eyes and blue eyes from her graveyard. Then both of their attacks are up by 2,200 until the end of the turn. The attacks of red eyes and blue eyes increase to 2,700 and 2,800. Much to Udius and Asaka's surprise, Maddox grits his teeth as Mr. Star symbol blinks once more before declaring the battle phase. Blue eyes white cat attacks Final Eyes Phoenix, reducing Maddox to 3,900 life points, while Red Eyes Black Cat attacks directly, reducing life points even more to 1,200. She screams in pain. Odo twins and Udius gasps and Minister places her hands on her star symbol, trying to hide her limit before seeing Maddox rising back up. She bids for goodbye to her partner and Starcat Destroya attacks directly with Destroya Pod Strike. With a strike lightning from its claws, Moggs yells, "Preposterous!" as his life points reduced to 0. Maddox falls on his knees to Emmy and Yuhi worry, but the Lug is praised that Maddox did well and offers him the same box to cheer him up. Muta Star, still hiding her limits, knows Maddox about to be frozen by the Luke's box and remembers telling him someday they can eliminate all the bad things and sad faces from the universe, from aliens and Earthlings alike. And Maddox adds that everyone can smile together, and if that happened, he'd be really happy. Misa thinks the final faces her parents and everyone has ever else made. She also doesn't want to see such sorrow faces anymore. And there's someone here who shares the same feelings in their heart as her who even had lost her own continuity trick. Maddox just as Maddox is about to be frozen while looking inside the box. Mia takes the box from the Woog. Her partner gasps her name, and the curiosity promptly declares that this box goes against providence. The star on the minute winks again, and she thinks that she's done this. She can't get close to the Woog to earn his trust before the star stops blinking and its green glow fades. Maddox gasps and Minister screams as she transforms back into her normal cat form, complete with her dual disc and Dex dropping to the floor before approaching to the box. Maddox calls her name in a worried state, and she gets to figure out what's inside the box and declares Mia-Star's eye as her eyes limit a red light that scans the box. Inside the box, she becomes horrified to see what is in it. In slow motion, a snowy aura surrounds Mia-Star as Maddox runs up to her. With her last words, Mia-Star yelps Maddox's name and tries to tell him what's inside the box before finally becoming frozen to ice. Maddox pants, realizing he was too late. London sobs a bit, and the Luke wonders who won here as he picks up the box. Maddox, seeing his partner frozen, breaks into tears and screams Mia-Star's name in despair. Please subscribe. Help reach 1,000+ subscribers. Watch videos fully helps increase the watch hours. Support us in Plus. And help fund the channel by donating monthly on the Patreon page at $8 or with 4 posts per month, or $3 per post, or one-time donation on the Ko-Fi page. Have a blessed day. See you all next video visit. Bye for now. Bye!